Alright, let's talk about some more games on day 4 of the campaign, because there were a lot of things that went well today and some things that didn't. And we'll go through, I think, most of the battles where we can learn something, win or loss. I think Team 1 had 4 losses. So, a lot of the losses people just fucked up. I should probably take responsibility for one. Well, I can't remember. I'll have to watch them. But this is a game against MVP. They're supposed to be a really good clan, right? Like top on the server. Well, what do we do here? This, like, we don't have a great comp, but we're pretty fast. We see an RHM and a Sturv. I'm taking this fight all day long because even if they have 7 tanks here, we have Hill. We have at least better brawl tanks than them because we know they have an RHM and a Sturv, and we're going to be Hill first. We know that. Otherwise, I would have spotted shit. So the correct call is definitely take the brawl, and if nothing's here, instantly kill all this, with one starting to turn back towards cap. So let's see what we do. Do people listen? They do! And we need to kill the outside first, right? Oh, this is really good, by the way. This is awesome. These guys can stop here, but they're not going to. Other teams should realize, and oh my god, isn't it nice to like be talking about stuff people are doing well? Going out wide like this, and I did ping it, but like instantly going like this backs everyone down, and these guys are going to torpedo. Like, they don't care if they absorb 4 shots between them. It's 1200 damage. They've got 6,000 HP, 5,000 HP between them. They can just go ram, kill the Sturv, and then they're haul down to everything here. And everyone else just plays their game. Like, look how nicely this is going to work out for us. Now, to be fair, like, these guys are retarded. I don't know. Like, this might be their fucking Zulu team. Like, what the fuck is MVP doing? And they've just turned around and they're going to take a brawl. But how is MVP going to take a brawl here? Like, whoever the fuck their caller is, how are they going to take the brawl? As our caller, by the way, what I'm yelling at right now is for our tanks here, so 260 AMX, Kron, and 50B, just don't die. This is already won. We should be able to see how we guarantee win this game. All we need to do is let these two 277s, they're haul down to all these guys. Let them farm, right? So at this point, I remember I'm calling, like, this should be a 7-0, right? So we're not trying to win this game anymore. We are trying to lose no tanks, right? Notice Nas Reed bleeds a little bit, but like we're kind of backing off, right? Like we're not super pressing because these guys just have free farm, right? And we can come up as they back off. Because look, they're hull down. Look, you can see it. Very nice. And we're just not wanting to lose tanks. It's a guaranteed win. This was actually a really good, we played this, like, they're idiots. Like, there's these fucking quote-unquote good clans are just people with high stats who don't actually know how to play the game, so it's whatever. And you can see we're just cleaning up, looking for no kills. The AMX doesn't need to overpeak. And I make the call here to both, let's just all push as soon as I think everyone's gone down low enough. We've got 2 full clips. And we're just gonna kill everything. Everyone is coming in now. It just, like, fuck. They're just not the... Their comp was not great, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't 7-0 bad. Like, I really don't understand what they were going for there, but it's still good on us for 7-0ing them. So, like, that wide play, everyone played this super quickly. It's like, because we were talking about it before, like, everyone knew what they had to do, and it ended with a 7-0 win. So that was good, and that was good to see. Not like what the brawl was, but how people were reacting and not just randomly peeking out and giving their HP. People understanding that those 277s wide have already won us the game, so don't lock your tanks. So that's kind of what you should take away from this one. On to the next. Okay, I've fucked up this a little bit. I went in a little early, but that's fine. We're against the same clan, MVP. These guys are like top 5 clans. They're supposed to be really good. They've got some supposedly good teams. Let's see what's going to happen. I love on Ghost Town putting 3 on cap and baiting, especially when we have this type of comp. When you don't have this type of comp, it's a little harder. This type of comp, it's so fucking awesome though, because it forces people to make a quick reaction, and if the enemy team is not really good, it's very hard. This play will always put your team at the advantage, and the enemy now has to try to keep up. So we have cap, and we're just setting up for everything else, okay? Anything, oh, and by the way, as a caller, I see them all the way back here still. It's so good for me. Why? Because it now means they have 20 seconds. They just have to come in. They don't get to pick now the angles at which they want to come in and try to reset. And also they want to come and try to reset like with 7 tanks at the same time, right? They don't want one tank having to peak. If one tank is having to peak, they want at least their other 6 to be pushing something to be confirming kills. But we're on here so early, it's just not going to happen for them, right? And you see that they get backed off here. So we don't know where they're coming from, but we know they're not coming from over here, and we know they're not right here yet. So we know they're going to right, even without spotting them, we know they have to get an emergency reset, and it's almost certainly going to come from where I'm pinging, right? And there it is, right? There's the 60, and he takes a lot of damage. He gets the reset, but it's not a great trade for him, and he's still on the clock. Right, he is still on the clock here. And so you're gonna see me and my bat chat start to move in. I wanna come on the side of him because at this point, right, I don't care if they have anything out here. First of all, if they did, I'd be lit. But I don't care if they have anything flanking. I'll die. We're about to cap out, right? It just doesn't matter. All I have to do is just look at the 60. We've got 2 seconds. Are they even gonna get a reset? And it's hilarious, they don't even get a reset. We base cap them. We lock all of their tanks, they lock none of ours, and the game's over in 1 minute and 30 seconds because they're bad at reacting. And I wonder if other teams have had this happen to them or something similar. You have to be ready for it. Like, this is a standard opener, and it's so fucking powerful. So, honestly, I'd look to be running something like this, especially if you have a similar comp to this. If you're a little lighter or super heavy, you can't really do this, but fuck is it powerful. And this reset just isn't it. Like, you just bleed so much for nothing in return, and they could just back off a cap. This reset's hard too. Their best bet was their Sheridan and Foch B, but even that's not great because, say we didn't cap and they've got a reset, instantly what happens? 1277 pushes into this 60 TP, the other 2 immediately torpedo into the Badger. These guys drive forward, and the 50B kites for as long as he can. He never actually gets shot from the 50B, or from their Foch B, right? Can we all see that, right? The bat's clipping this guy. One more comes in to confirm it. I go on clip, but then come behind them. This 277 continues in. The other 2 just drive straight this way with the I7 and M4. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4 heavies driving straight into 3 tanks here with 1 heavy on the offside driving in. So it becomes a 5v3 because this guy instantly blows up. 50B either kites around, or if Foch chases him, he kites. But if Foch comes in behind the I7 and M4, 50B just goes in behind Foch and clips him, and we don't care about the Sheridan. It's a fucking Sheridan. Let the Sheridan shoot the 50B's ass 3 times. Does everyone see how, like, no matter what they do here, as soon as we got to 16 seconds on 15 seconds on cap, we'd already won. It was already over. And that's the type of, like, awareness and, like, map awareness that we need to start developing. Like, seeing, shit, we've won this. As long as we just continue playing our game and understand the repush we have to make in case we can't cap, right? Because a lot of the time we'll bait caps. This is not necessarily a bait cap. If you could just cap it out, cap it the fuck out. But like I said, you should be able to see that with this bleed and these guys just like whatever the fuck they're doing, it's super free. They actually have an E5 unlit here. It doesn't change anything, right? Because the 277 still just comes, and I think I had 4 in my bat clip here. So the 277 and bat, I'd take 2 to kill. 277 and bat, kill E5. The other 2 are coming. I hope you can see. Now, that does rely on this IS-7 and M4 to recognize that there's a Foch behind them and the push forward, right? And these guys being instant. But you got to trust your teammate. And, of course, 50B making the correct play. But hopefully you can see what everyone's correct progression was to guarantee the win there. And we'll go on to the next one. Alright, this is against TRD. We actually know they have a decent team, so I love, if I have tanks from this side, from the east side, to go bleed their mid-cross, I'm always going to do it. I love it. okay? And I don't remember if we win, but I actually think we make some severe misplays here. So, I think I actually troll too. So, there's nothing bleeding, so, okay, we can peek this Type 5. We know they're probably going to have something perched, but let's just over-peek this 790 quickly, right? Get our bleed. As soon as there's something perched, I say back off. And we don't do a great job backing off, but it manages to work. You see, I tell our 60 TP to come south, and I'm going to retake north. Troll bled way too much there, as you can see. But I like him taking the inside like that. Okay, look at this misplay from me, because I think I can play hull down here, but I'm a fucking CS. What an idiot. Why aren't I just playing right here? This is shit that I bitch at other players for doing that you should just not be retarded and understand, and I'm doing it. So I'm a hypocrite. Why the fuck am I not just here instantly? Because now it makes it hard. Because I'm like, okay, I'm probably hull down. Look how not hull down I was. And now I recognize, fuck, I'm a retard. I need to get back there. I'm now on 470 hit points, and the difference between being full and 470 on the offside angle is huge. If I was here on full hit points, I do whatever I want to these guys. Now, I have to respect them. Their VZ makes an equally dumb play, and so I threw the game here, and then he counter throws it. And by the way, we never really want to be in the bowl, but because they're like this, we can over peek from the bowl because we control offside, but we don't control offside very well. So now you're gonna see. Let's look at my POV. I'm not peeking unless I know that I will have a free shot. And why? Because now that I've made my misplay, I understand when I'm on the offside, I have to survive. Otherwise, this guy can do whatever he wants to these guys. Right? My threat, my presence here, even being on 20 HP, it's a huge threat to them. So I'm being careful. I saw him fire. That's the only reason I'm peeking, right? Troll being on 38, by the way, is also a problem. Troll should not have taken that much damage. And he dies. So that's not great. So Troll and I, the two people who should know better, we didn't do great. And now we're pressured into our 60 TP guy having to get the resets on cap. Now we confirm a kill, and we see them fire, and I say, okay, we need to go, because we knew they had, we had the overmatch because they had 2 people on cap, right? So we just need to go. Our guys are cleaning up and playing well now. And your caller can throw too. Moral of this game, like, your caller and commander can throw, but like, that's the mark of a good team. And I'm not saying we're a great team, Team 1. Not at all. We have a lot to work on, but you're actually going to see me like fucking professionally bait this guy here. But you need to be able to play your way out of poor calls and or poor decisions, right? Like, as a caller, I'm not perfect. I'm going to fuck up too. Whether it's a call, whether it's my play, like you just saw there, no excuse for it. I'll hold myself just to as high a standard as everybody else. And having the players who can play their way out of that is really important. So you see, I'm looking for the bait, right? I thought he was going to come this way, and I'm just going to hold this angle and the C-line cross. He wasn't expecting me. Because I don't want to lock my tank, right? Like, locking a CS is retarded. So, sloppy game. Should have lost it, but the overpeak here was pretty good. Not much to learn from this game other than, look, everyone sucks. Like, what the fuck was I doing? And you just need to be able to tell yourself, yeah, like, just don't do it again. Like, fuck, I was a retard. That's really it. Alright, this is a game against Drax. I think they're a shitty clan. Who knows? We don't have a great comp. We've got an E3 comp. But we can make this work. And we're going to try. So you're going to see me pushing the IS-7. You don't always do this, but I do feel like this comp, we need to quickly get up. I don't know who got shot, but no one took damage. We see a DBV. Hopefully we can already see. This is over. Why do we know this is over? They have a guy low. We have an E3 in position, but these two are already dead. How do I know these two are already dead? Because look how 4 tanks are already up. with 2 pursuing, and we would have spotted more tanks in the back had they been closer. So as the caller, maybe no one else on the team realizes this, but I'm yelling at this point. You can see me fucking pinging, like we're just going for it. This DBV blows up. As the caller in that moment, I instantly recognize, even if they have the rest, the 4 tanks following behind them, they're too far back right now, even though they're not lit. I know that because, again, I know we would have seen them earlier. They're too far back right now to actually do anything before we kill IS-7 and DBV. And so as a player, right, you're not necessarily expected to make the call, but that, like, you need to be thinking like that. And there comes their VZ up. It doesn't matter. We're already killed. And there comes their K91, another VZ, and their DBV's already dead. You see what I mean? Like, that type of shit matters. And now I can take the rock and we focus the next guy. And their 1-2-1Bs doing God knows what. We want to keep Nas Reed alive. I wish he'd backed up for Jono. I guess he was afraid of getting killed by the VZ. Not a big deal. It is what it is. Punisher's full HP here, and I think he actually ends up misplaying it a little bit. Maybe not. I don't remember. Yeah, he does. Like, there's no use Punisher going this far so early because now he's going to blow up. He should have stayed at the rock and just farmed them high. Right? Can we all see that? He doesn't need to come overextend for the 60 TP. The 60 TP is going to die. Stay at the rock and farm these guys for overpeaking. It's small, right? Like, it's not like Punisher made a huge misplay, but he's locking his tank when he doesn't have to. And, like, that matters. That does matter, right? Like, we don't want to be locking tanks when we don't have to, especially on Team 1, where we're supposed to be using the least amount of repair points because we're supposed to be, at least in theory, the best team. So, you see, I'm not going to fucking risk it, right? I'm going to go for the track here. Then someone hits it, and I realized he was actually on reload because he's got the... Actually, let's talk about that, right? Like, as a player, when I was up here, I see... Initially, I see, bam, he shoots me, okay? So let's go through this stop process, okay? And I'll actually go through it super easily because I'll tell exactly what I'm thinking in my head. Okay? Let's go into my POV because I think it matters. Okay. Here, I get shot once. 1, 2. He could have shot me again. He could have shot me again. So here I'm thinking, okay, he might be using the small gun. Because he had that, there were 2 seconds he still had a shot on me. But then so I'm like, okay, I need to fucking track him because he's gonna be reloaded. But then I see his barrel. That's not the small gun, that's the big gun. He must be reloading. I'm gonna go for the damage instead so we kill him before reloading. See? I'm looking at track and then I see barrel. I'm like, wait, no, I need the damage. So I'm going to shoot him instead, right? And we want to kill him before he's reloaded. Try to gun block, wouldn't do anything. He's got APCR, but he dies. So there's a little insight into, like, by the millisecond exactly what I'm thinking. And you can see, based on my reticle, exactly, like, oh yeah, he was thinking that, right? He moved to the track and then realized he had time to shoot him before, didn't, so it must be the single shot. Oh, no, it's a double shot, so he must have been reloading. So that's, right, small stuff like that, but it might keep your tank unlocked at the end of the battle. Let's go on to the next. Alright, so I just went through the next 4 replays, and 3 wins, 1 loss. None of them really showed anything great. The 1 loss, people fucked up. One of our wins, actually, I made a super misplay again, kind of similar to the one I made on Al Halouf in the replay, or Sand River, whatever it was. I won't grill myself twice. It's my video. I only have to put up with 1 getting shit on by myself. But yeah, I guess fucking looking back on it, at least the first hour, I was not playing well. I was a retard. What are we doing here against Critique? Well, we're going to light take the outside. You'll see our E3, he crosses late because he can't get bled from this. And the Mivies, all they're doing is holding the angles down the tracks while we push through the 0 line. Now, I think something goes horribly wrong here, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make fun of Laker for this. Okay. Is this at 1 time speed? Yeah. So they're setting up for this, and I tell Laker he has to clear A0. Okay, so So he goes to A0, and then I'm like, Laker, why the fuck are you crossing A0 into all their guns? And then his mind goes, okay, let me just recross through A0 into all their guns. They're like, what the? And then I said, Laker, why the fuck would you leave A0 once you're there and recross into all your guns? And he starts turning to go back A0. Or no, he doesn't. Oh, fuck, I wish he did. That would be way funnier. But yeah, like, come on. If you get into A0, fucking stay there. It's just he never had to go there initially and bleed. Right? So what is our play? And actually, we missed it while I was talking. But the Mivies did it perfectly. They're all going to be here. Have the Mivies move up with this 277. Exactly like they're doing. E3's playing the outside. I love that Troll's not inside where the Mivies are. He's on the outside, and he's moving up towards... I love this play by Troll, actually. I didn't even realize it at the time because I'm playing my tank, obviously. But this is, as we should see, this is, again, a call. I really like this play by Punisher, too. He trusts his team will kill this Type 7-1, and he can actually kill him by himself. Notice this, by the way. I'm going to go back 10 seconds. I call this... Okay, I don't necessarily expect like someone like Guy to make this play on his own, but this is exactly what I'm thinking. What guarantees the win quicker and also not losing tanks? As soon as I see like a big gunfire, I'm telling Guy, get on this building. Why? He can play safe and force everybody back. And forcing everybody back allows our guys to come up and take positions, isolate this guy even more, and just win the game faster. So... do I expect, like, do I wish Guy would come out and say, oh, I'm going to push here, everybody, when I see this big gunfire? I don't expect him. I don't want to say that's an advanced play, but it is kind of hard to see, right? Because it does kind of seem like you're exposed, but you are so safe if you get here. That's why I'm saying, like, Guy can take 2 or 3 shots. One gun fires, VK's not reloaded in time to tag him again. Okay? Plus, Mivies and 277 and E3 are coming in properly. Our Laker is not bleeding because I said no. And I ping it and I say, you're going to see someone fire, I think. And okay, I see the Vickers fire and I just say go. Right, go, because the Mivies pushing forward too. So, Guy's going to take some bleed. I don't mind peeking here for Vickers. Vickers wants to shoot me, that's fine. It's 1 shot less for Guy. Now Guy's on 1,300 health. And look how they're all backing off now because they have to. And we can move up. Let our E3 move up. Take angles. Mivy doesn't have to do anything. No one has to bleed unnecessarily. Like, I know probably other teams too. Like, they're all like, oh man, like, I really want my damage. I want to help my team. Don't throw your tank away. This is something I've really been trying to ingrain into Team 1 these last 4 days. And honestly, these replays, it looks like they're working. It looks like it's starting to work. At the time, I didn't feel like yesterday was a good day for us, but maybe it was me, because I wasn't playing well. So maybe that was a personal thing, because for the most part, we seem to be playing decently in most of these games. We're catching the enemy correctly and moving. E3's playing, like, everyone is playing exactly how they need to here. There's no need to rush. The game is a guaranteed win. I'd rather the game take an extra 10 seconds than lock a 277, right? Now, like, you can just see how powerful Guy's position is. Not only does he have this hard cover, he's got soft cover too. Guy moves up properly. Our Mivi and E3 are pushing. I can move. I know this guy's fired. I've angled him out. Laker only peeks for the shot. Beautiful. Oh, fuck. Oh, I just tabbed out. Fuck, I'm a retard. Misplay by Punisher there. Greedy. I was just praising everybody, and Punisher got greedy. Don't get greedy. I mean, it's a Mivi. It's not super important, but don't get greedy. I like that Ents game. I think you run into teams doing what they did a lot from if they're playing the North. So I really do think that progression, and if you play properly, is super powerful. So I'll keep this one in the video. Okay, let's talk about this proc. We've got a really nice comp. Oh my god, actually after this game, their enemy team... Oh, fuck, let's talk about it early. So after this game, spoilers, we're going to win, I think. The enemy team messaged us and said, classic GOONZ YOLO. Let's talk about that. Because this is not a YOLO. Although, I can forgive a shitty player for thinking why it is a YOLO. So let's talk about a YOLO versus like a standard opener that can cover all your bases. A YOLO is 7 tanks down 1 flank, hoping to catch a tank out. That is what a YOLO is. A YOLO means you are going all in, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, hoping that you catch an isolated or 2 isolated tanks right in front of you. It's a pure gamble, a YOLO. A standard opener deals with everything. A standard opener gives you map control, right? It punishes people making stupid plays, and it can counter against a YOLO. Why does this standard opener counter against the YOLO? What are we doing? We are coming mid to bleed anything in mid with Troll over in K6, shooting anything peaking high, especially out here, possibly looking for shots on cap. 907 coming out here, possibly taking into the 2 line, possibly taking into bowl. CS pushing 277, and we are basically YOLOing down the 2 line. Why is it not a YOLO though? Because if we spot their entire team, if we spot, for example, a YOLO on 1-2, all we do is dive into the bowl or dive under them. Our tanks are up here. They can't do anything. We win. Troll comes in, or at the very least, it's an even fight. If we spot 1 or 2 tanks, we can divert 907 in, take this fight with all these guys playing properly here, Troll covering. If we spot no tanks, we send probably the 277 all the way down. If he sees nothing, he comes through. If he sees something, which he actually will, he just YOLOs it and everybody stares at it, right? This is a standard opener. And a lot of teams, back when it was Chief meta, by the way, the standard opener was you fucking open just 7 Chiefs on the ridge and you just trade with anything, right? It's not a YOLO. I'm getting mad, but my team made a good point. You're getting mad at retards. They don't know any better. So at this point, we're not lit, we light this 907, and the call is just kill him, right? And we need to know more about what's in the back. The 907 immediately dips into here, which tells me that there's not much back in A2. There may be something. You'll notice their BZ instantly comes in, and everyone in mid is focusing 1-2 line. That's good. I'm calling that, but they're listening. I love seeing that. That's good. 1-2 line wins the game. You'll see our 9-0 tries to get out of bowl, and I say, no, 9-0, don't come out of bowl. It's 1 BZ going in. They can't come back in. Who's going to go into bowl? Is this 907 going to drive into the bowl? He gets blown up. Is this guy going to drive into bowl? No. This guy is completely isolated. Just take the fight. So actually a misplay by Laker there. Takes 664 unnecessary damage. And you see the 277 starts to come in, but I'm yelling no, 277, you need to be the one pushing A2, because at this point someone had called that they had 390 alpha or something, or 700 alpha. So actually we knew it was a Hori in A2. I think it was actually a Laker because he got shot. And so I'm yelling, I'm saying, as the caller, I recognize these 2 tanks don't fucking matter. Who gives a fuck? Let this guy over peak and Troll can shoot him, and these guys, you can shoot him if you need to, okay? The 2 picks are the unlit tank in A2, right? And this BZ. So I need all of my guns, not looking at the BZ, I need all of them looking at A2 as the 277 rolls it, okay? We know this BZ is gonna die. He is not, I don't care, I'll take a shot. We know this BZ is gonna die. The 277 stops. He may have got, I'm gonna give Jono the benefit of the doubt and say he got tracked, okay? Let's hope that's what it was. And so you're going to see everyone's going to start, and I'm not looking at A2 yet because I know there's at least 1 more reload for me before he gets lit. And again, I am actually thinking this in the game. So it's these little things that you need to be thinking about constantly as a player. And you'll notice now, I actually get bounced, and now I'm going to look because he's about to get lit. And everybody's looking at him exactly like the chips. They bounce, but whatever. And I tell Jono, this 277, you just need to go into it, man. Take the fucking fight, because he backs off here. I say, no, don't. You can see when I'm yelling, because he starts going forward again, right? And everybody focuses him, and he blows up. Right? Wow. Awesome. Next progression. Well, what is it? Super fucking easy. They now have a guy on cap. Troll's out wide in his E3. We know nothing's back in A2. Jono's going to come across and start farming. And how about we just... all of our tanks overpeak this Quillin. Next pick, right? Everybody kill Quillin. And you can see people moving up. That's awesome. I'm not going to throw away more of my HP. Let's just go over. And what will I not like to see? Now let's see if Guy does that. I don't want to see Guy or the Smithy drive into him. I want to see them drive down enough so they can't be shot from cap, but start driving towards the Rhino. This, right? And let's see that. And they do! Woo! Perfect. Perfect. And I think that was called, but either way, it happened. And let's try to track the Rhino now. Troll's gonna die. He didn't have to. He thought he needed to get the cap block. It doesn't matter either way. It's an E3, and we think, oh, can we save Troll? No, we can't. Let's not give them any more kills. And that's what they considered a YOLO. Like, God, like I said, this was really well played by our entire team. A little bit of hesitation by our 277 on the 2 lines, a little bit of a misplay by Laker, but the heavies in mid did exactly what they had to do. Exactly. No random bleeding and shooting and being pre-aimed where they needed to be. Because, again, that matters. I liked this game. I think this can teach a lot. Like, that is such a powerful opener, especially from the south side. You never have to play cap side. If you are a proactive team, you can always play west of cap from either side, north or south, and never have to worry about cap resets as long as your players are rotating fast enough and understand what they have to do. You will never get capped out. Like, actually never. Ask anyone on Team 1. We have never gotten capped out. I don't even think we've ever lost a proc. It's just super powerful. So, let's go on to the next. Alright, we're on Cliffs. Not a great comp. You can see E5, E4. I'm going to play the ramp with my CS, and Troll as E4 is going to come play G5, and I'm going to send the E5 2 line. I don't love the E5 2 line, but it's not... I don't really think I have a choice here. I don't really need him here. He's not a great tank to just re-push through F line if it is a 2-line brawl, so why don't just send him 2 line? Now, what I like to talk about as we're going in here is... if these guys see nothing, kind of like they're seeing, you can see all my fucking pings, they're like a retard. They need to come bleed their ramp. They don't really care about this cross and this cross. What we care about is anything playing here and trying to go up the hill. And how you do that is from our side. You can see my ping right there. So they're going to drive up. Maybe one person can come out here on this ping, right, this ping here, and look this way or for this cross. Everybody else needs to be on our side looking at their ramp. Okay, and now you're going to see in my CS... I'm looking to take hill. I'm always looking to take hill. And that's just a bait, right? Let's see how I play this. I know the E4 fires. I bounce. I'm an idiot. But I don't need to overexpose myself. I need people to play the hill, the ramp like this, by the way. I know they're driving. They're fucking driving, right? I heard the 14 fire. I know the E4 is, like, not going to hit me. And now I can take hill. Like, look how safely I take that. And I actually think I can get another shot, and I can, right? Because I'm paying attention to the reload. They're on cap here, and what are we going to do? You see the ping. Actually, someone said this before I even called it, which was awesome. They're coming to re-push through the F line. Why is this safe? Because Troll's going to come up. We have the outside. Now, if we just come on cap, we have every angle in the house, right? Every angle in the house. We're on 2x speed here. We'll stay on my POV. I don't mind. Now, why don't I mind taking this shot, which is going to hit me? Because I don't necessarily want them looking the cross. It's hard shots for these guys, actually. Because they're moving full speed, and they're basically front on, and this blocks most of their hulls. But I'm on hill. My HP doesn't matter as much anymore because, like, I'm just the poke tank on hill. I'll take this shot, right? And you can see we're re-pushing nicely. Don't know what the 277 down low is doing. That's scary. Didn't see this in the game. Oh, no, No, I remember what happened. He DC'd. He DC'd. That wasn't his fault. He called it. His game crashed. He was still in voice. John ODC'd. That's why he's low. And so, we're gonna lose a tank for free. But we're playing this well enough so that it's not gonna matter. Look, our 907 is perfect by Nas Reed here, by the way. He's kiting away from this guy. He knows his teammate's gonna die. Just come over here. Honestly, I would have liked to see him come over here eventually, but you can see they're now backed off. We have all of the positions and our CS on hill. And like, one thing we should learn, and you're gonna see me kind of ignore the 114 here because I know I can take one more shot. I don't mind. Very, very optimistic by me. Very fucking optimistic to shoot that pattern. So I'm like, no, I know I just need to get my gun in the game because I know we're gonna be pushing, right? And okay, you want to do that? Fine, I'll kill you instantly, right? And just really well played. And I want to keep Troll alive here, right? Just I know I'm going to reload before this patent can do anything. And the heavies just played this really well again. Wow, everyone was playing better than I thought they were. That's awesome. Because, like I said, I didn't feel like last night was a great night. Even the 2 or 3 victories I've seen that I haven't shown here, and the 1 loss, like, we didn't play super, super bad. Just a couple mistakes. I didn't feel like we'd learn anything. So, if you, by the way, find you're a team, like Team 2, maybe Team 3, and you're just, like, always being low and having tanks on top of you, and you're just stuck, like, 3 tanks down here, you're doing something wrong, okay? You can't allow yourself to just be grouped up low, because we have tank here, tank here, tank here, and tank E4 coming up ramp with me on hill. We control every peak. These 3 heavies on their team can't control the peaks, right? Because they're below us. And look what it did to them. Our guys are barely losing any health. It was a really nice game. And actually here, another thing, and because I just remembered what I was calling to Laker. Laker's in the 907 over here, right? And he's gonna win this 50B fight. But what if, like, it was a lot closer in this fight and he wasn't gonna win the 50B fight? Like, so I told him, and this applies to everybody, because your caller is not omniscient. Laker needs to, the second he knows he's going to win or lose that fight, he needs to call it out. So I said, Laker, as soon as you know you're going to kill the 50B, or as soon as you know he's going to kill you, you need to be screaming that, because that basically dictates the rest of the fights if it were close. Now, it's not close, so it's not going to matter. But if it were close, maybe that means we really have to expedite this fight here, or I need to zoom the fuck across here as everyone plays safer. So if you're the offside tank, another quick lesson. As soon as you know you're either winning or losing, you need to calm it for the caller, and you need to make sure the caller hears it. Now, of course, you could bounce, or they could bounce, and that changes, but as that changes, you need to calm that too, right? So Laker actually does bounce here, but I'm here anyway, so it doesn't matter in this game. But a small thing like communicating that, and I'm sure you can ask Lauren, Lauren will probably agree, it really will help your caller if you're communicating that shit. Because fucking, you know what I find, like, we communicate shit when the battle's already won. And actually, I'll talk about that as I load the next replay. Okay, so I'll continue what I was saying as we get into this next replay against Newbie. I don't know why we're bugging out here. That's fine. But you can see I get killed and we lose this, actually. Anyway, like, and this is not just a Team 1 problem. A lot of teams have this problem. It's, like, weird. Oh, like, we can follow this bat in. Not sure why Jono's coming. Like, he needed to go back. It was obviously a communications error. 2 main things go wrong in this replay. I'll touch on them really quickly. Fucking Jono coming this way instead of pushing with the heavies. And then the heavies not understanding how to cross properly. And by the way, the E4 troll should be right here in front of the IS-4 and 60 TP. But maybe he went because... And then the E5 is just crossing first. Not sure... Like, everyone can see, like, look how fucking split these retards are. Imagine if all 4 of them were right here with 260, or Troll back here, right, farming these guys, with Jono over there instead. Like, this is a much different game. Anyway, Nas Reed's trolling here by... Why are you backing up, man? When you should be fucking driving for... That, again, small thing that makes him 5 seconds late for these guys. And that 5 seconds is fucking 1,500 HP gone for those tanks. Like, Laker knows better. Maybe Jono doesn't, but even Jono, like, you should be fucking driving past him. Anyway, those are the 4 things that happened in this game. And you'll notice that's why I the fuck just came the fuck in, because I realized this is going to shit. I need to get in. Anyway, I died. Not a problem. What I was gonna say, we have this, like, thing where we calm the most useless fucking shit. It'll be like, no one says anything during, like, so for example, like, this is like the main battle. It's kind of over now, but 30 seconds ago, right, that was the main battle. No one's calming everything. It's like everyone's tongue out gaming, so concentrated on, like, penning their shot. Nice shot, fucking guy, asshole. Everyone's so concentrated on penning their shot or whatever, I don't know, that they don't actually calm. Nice shot, Laker, asshole. And, like, why? And then by the time it's, like, a 7v1, like, we've killed 6 of their tanks, and all of us are alive, and we have 1 tank left, people start calling, 700 HP, oh, shoot, no shit, man! Why the fuck are you calming that, but you don't calm who you're focusing in the actual fight? So that's something I've really been noticing that's been irritating me. We need to clean that the fuck up. And that just comes down to understanding, like, you need to be playing your tank and talking. If it's too much for you to be playing your tank properly, going where you need to be, shooting your gun and penning, and talking, then, like, fucking find somewhere else to play. Like, I don't know how else to say it. There's nothing that can be taught. Just talk. Please, tell what you're doing. But don't tell me what you're doing when the game's... Like, it's fucking insane, man, how often this happens. And there are, like, 3 individuals I'm thinking about very clearly in my head who I won't name. Saloga, Log, Laker, who love fucking talking after the game and not during. Actually, Laker's not as bad because he generally does talk after the game or during the game. But, like, fuck, man, talk. And by the way, it's mostly you, Saloga. Talk during the game. Focus fire during the game when it's important to. Don't call targets when the game's been fucking won for 2 minutes. Anyway, pet peeve that I know everyone is good enough to fix and correct. You just have to think about it. So let's go on to the next one. Alright, not the greatest conference. I'm in my EBR. You're going to see me switch to my DPM setup in a second. But we're going to run kind of the same thing. We'll get 2 super heavies down the 5-6 with everything else going east. Except, I'm going to do something a little unorthodox, and I'm going to go through the 1 line with my EBR. Now, why? Because there's nothing I can do on the 9-0. I may as well take as much of the map I can on the other place. I'm also going to try to look for a spot over here. I see nothing, and I'd comment, oh, guys, it might be... No, my view range is shit, so I'm thinking, oh, what the fuck. But, nope, okay. I know I won't get lit for that, but, alright. Let's quickly take 9-0. Right? Set up for everything. And we get lit, and so it's like, okay, it's A0, but now we know, through trial and many errors, that we can't just push A0 with 1 tank or 2 tanks while all these guys are fucking looking. You can only push A0 once these guys' attention are either south or east or both, and when a lot of guys have fired. So I think if you look, especially at our M60's health, they're actually going to do it well. And you're going to see here in a sec by the way, this VK and Maus moving up the 6 line is fucking perfect. Why? It fucks everything here, it makes them back off, and it gives us resets from like this angle if we need them. We don't have to worry about them flanking. We just saw all fucking tanks. If 2 tanks flank, then you just turn around and kill them and re-push everything. Now I see a 430U here, and I'm like, okay, I'll leave. That's fine. IS-4 and 430U, no problem. Let's just start collapsing. And I see those 2 tanks, and now I'm thinking, okay, we can start looking to take A0. You're seeing our Foch B. VKK is still moving up city, or 6 line. I love this from VKK and Maus. They're not worried about IS-4 and 430U. They're worried about pushing the guys off north. And we still haven't gone A0, which is correct. We have to wait for the Foch and AMX to get on that corner. And now that the Foch and AMX are on the corner, the M60 and 121B can go. Okay? This is super important for how to pick A0. You can't just pick fucking awesome by Troll. Just in a Maus, drive out. Be an asshole. Bait people. Bait not your team. Bait the enemy team into shooting you. We love when the enemy team shoots you. Right? Like, nice kill. He just drives out, and now IS-4s are shooting him. Why are they shooting Troll? These guys are Relic 2, so they're kind of shit, but they're not super shit. If you're the IS-4s, what is the least fucking important tank? Well, first, it's actually the EBR. But the next least important tank is the fucking Maus. Because you're about to get Giga Super overrun in the north. And they're just shooting Troll. And Troll's like, I love taking damage. I'm going to shoot you back, and my EBR will start farming you in the side. I love that you're shooting me. This is how you need to be playing super heavies. Like, Troll's just got to, and I'm not glazing Troll too much. Troll makes misplays too, so do I. But fuck is he playing this well? Like, trading 1 for 1 in a Maus, it's a fucking dream. And I don't mind that Nosreeds comes back here. I actually would have... No, I actually like it. I lied. Because we can so easily hold in the north with this 1-2-1, I like that we are going to re-aggress the south here. I really like it, actually. So, well done. And Troll's just still alive. And now we've got a full health M60 coming in. I think I should bounce this shot. No, I don't bounce that one. And it's just over. Right? Like, we're only 1900 up. We're 2 tanks up, but it's just over. And I'll start taking shots in my EBR now, right? I don't mind if they start shooting me now. I can take a couple, keep my teammates alive. And Troll's still alive! Now, should he be backing off here? No. Oh, he was ammo racked. He actually called that. I remember that now. He said 25-second reload or something. So, kind of, even the Maz can get his turret popped, right? So, they get 2 kills, and that's all the fuck we're giving them. Even with not a great comp, and driving in again. Perfect. You need to be playing your super heavies like that, okay? So, good game to showcase. Alright, this is Cliff against Teach. If I remember correctly, this is Teach A team. We have a shit comp. A Yag and a Mouse. That's not awesome. We're gonna win anyway, hopefully. I think we do. I'd be pissed if we don't. We're gonna do a similar opener. There's no reason not to. The Yag and the Mouse have to go high and come in. And we're gonna look for the bleed. Nothing? Awesome. Now we need to look for the cross. Well, now we know they have something. We don't really care. Leo, okay. We need to shoot the 277. He takes nice bleed. And you're going to see idiot Jono taking shots. Guy just super trolls. What the fuck are you doing, Guy? Everyone could... Why are you not here with us? Oh, there's no room. Yeah, there is. Asshole. Guy's an idiot for 565 damage. I think I'm about to be an idiot too. Guy's an idiot for another 530 damage. Saloga, this is not his fault, although he can play safe, and he did find the angle eventually. I'm not an idiot yet. I'm about to be. Oh no, I'm not an idiot at all. Oh my god, I thought I took like 1,000 damage. So, why am I re-pushing this way? Because they have 4 tanks stuck on their corner. They can't cross without super bleeding to these 3 tanks and this Leo. If I come in here, we can slowly angle these 3 guys out with us 3 and then start capping and then force them to come in, right? Oh, I just went backwards, I think. Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's fine. Let's speed it up. And I know this cross is basically free, right? You see I turned in there so that if they shot me, it would be harder. I don't like this play from Troll, and I was actually thinking it in the moment. He came up, and I actually thought he was going to kill the 277 because I called the Mouse to come and kill the 277, but Troll actually ends up shooting the IS-4 and then absorbing a volley. I like how Troll shot the IS-4, not the 277. He should have waited an extra 10 seconds for me and the Mouse to go through, because now he's just basically dead. But Punisher's just playing the Mouse beautifully. Like, again, being a fucking asshole, absorbing all the damage. All he needs to do is absorb damage and confirm 1 kill. Everyone else just comes in. Look, they're already coming in. Teach 18 retards. Who are these guys? And Punisher's not even dying. I say, Punisher, can you get 1 more shot? He gets 1 more shot off before he dies. Like, it's perfect. It's exactly what we need. And we've locked a Mouse and a Yag. Who gives a fuck about a Mouse and a Yag? And it's over. Let's get Guy on cap when it's safe to do so in the Leo. The M60's still alive. He found the angle where he can live if someone's playing J2. And it's just over. And we see the Leo rotate in, and I tell our I7 to go ram him. And he does. Well, he doesn't, but... And he's not there. And let's cap, right? Let's just cap. Let's get on cap. We don't see him. I know, because I'm sheep and I must have tree down, that he's going to appear right in front of me. So I've got the most HP. I'm going to sit on cap, and I'll shoot him, because I know that's where he's going to come from. And that's just a win against Teach 18, because, well, they're shit. They really are bad. But, yeah, it was just well played. Bleed, like, we bled unnecessarily. You saw Guy just play a bad position. Saloga took a few seconds to figure out how to play it. I think 1 more person took an unnecessary one. Troll over peaked too early. But I don't want to say it didn't matter, because it does matter. But the enemy had just bled 3 times as much. Like, we made stupid bleeds, but they bled 3 times as much and 3 times more stupidly. And they got punished for it. Like, you gotta punish stupid plays by enemy teams. Alright, on the next. All right, another proc game. We're a little lighter this time, so we need to switch it up just a bit. We don't have any 3. We're not going to play K7. We're going to shove both our mediums down the 1-2 with a leopard sniping, right? It's same type of deal. I'm going to go slightly more towards the bowl in my I7 in case I need to get into that 2 line and get in front of my meds if there's a push that needs to happen. But other than that, it's very similar. I hate the 705A, by the way. Manticore, okay. And it gets called that there's like 6 tanks in A5. That's fine. Let's back off A5. We'll start rotating east, right? Because we know they're going to get on cap. Let's have both mediums push A6. And I want the leopard to go back to K7. You can see me pinging it. I think Guy's late. I think he doesn't do that. Or maybe he does. No, he does. Never mind, he does. Okay? And again, they've started cap. We're fast enough on the rotation. We don't care. We just don't care. Okay? We're fine. We don't care if they're about to have hill. Okay, start playing safe from hill. And we're about to see something that triggers... Okay, as soon as I see this, what am I yelling? What is my next ping gonna be? So let's think about it. We know a Manti's probably out here or possibly here. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks with one on backside of hill, not hill. That's the operative word. What's my next ping gonna be? 2, 1. It's instantly to get this leopard onto the hill. Why? It kills everything on cap. It shits on this super conch. This super conch just straight dies. And he just gets resets without our mid having to overexpose for them. Okay? So, and then there's the Manticore lit. And you can see my call here is just do your thing. Just get the damage you can. You see Guy, he's never even going to be lit. They won't ever know in this case that he's on hill. And he does it fast enough where it's just awesome. And you'll see the mediums... Fuck, I don't know about that peek from Troll. Troll must have seen this guy fire and them all looking at this because that is a fucking bull peek. It works out not perfectly. I wouldn't have done it. And I'm not sure why the fuck Saloga peeked that. That's stupid. Don't do that. Because now they're pushable and they call, oh, they're pushing. And I'm yelling at my heavies. Don't look for cap. Look for the 2 pushing A6. They're the ones that matter. Our Leo's just farming the whole time, right? Every damage, he just killed the AMX. This super conch just dies to leopard. The E100 dies to leopard. I'm taking more damage than I'd like to, but I confirm the kill. You'll see Jono's looking for the V4, gets a nice shot, and Nasreed is looking too. Misses. So is Punisher. Bounces too, but we don't mind. Like, at least they were looking. And at this point, we know they're going to kill that. And let's push onto cap, right? Now Guy has full taken hill. That's awesome. And he doesn't even have to play the safe. He can just go. And we're just going to kill. And this is, look how close the HP is. I love this about this game. This is the lesson about this game. If you are playing correctly, and the enemy is not awful, I don't, X7 is probably bad. But you can get down low HP and then trust your teammates and play your tank well enough that you still have an impact, like up here, while not dying. This should be a 7-0 with only 700 HP difference. Like, think about that. That's pretty crazy, right? But you should be able to do that. And I'm a fucking idiot. I should have been the first one to go in. I shouldn't have absorbed the E100. That's on me. I bitch at people for doing that exact same thing, and I did it. So I'm a hypocrite. So, yeah, I mean, fuck me, I guess. I'm an asshole. And now the HP is obviously pulling away just because of the sheer amounts of guns. Very correct for everyone to focus the 430U for Guy. And it's just over. We don't even have to see the end of the replay. The mediums in the north don't have to get too overzealous. They don't want to lock their tanks, right? We really don't want to be locking tanks. Well played. This game was well played, except for that little bleed in A6 and bouncing that V4. But the actual over peaks and stuff, I liked. This was a good game to learn from. On to the next. Okay, this is the second last replay we're going to go over. It's against Senpai. I believe this, oh yeah, I think Havoc Fire was in this game on the enemy team. We love Havoc, she's awesome. Whoever was calling for her team, not so much. They trolled a bit, but I think this is also a great lesson because I think some of our teams run a strat similar to what they ran, and I will show you exactly how That it just never works if the enemy team is any good at all. And actually, I'm not glazing myself, but if the enemy caller, like in this case us, has any clue how to play this map, just full play north never fucking wins. Okay, so I hope teams aren't doing that, especially against decent clans. What are we doing here? Looking to take kill, but to bleed it, in case they send like 7 tanks, we'll just sit and bleed it. Our IS-7 is going to go play up here, super safe with me covering him. And we're just going to wait to see what happens on hill. Okay? If we can take it, looks like nothing's going hill. You can already see me starting to ping back. I want my chief to start getting under into the D3 area right over here. Right? You can see me pinging. And I want a couple tanks to take through the 0 line. And we definitely need to keep the Leo on hill. A little bit of confusion here. It's taking people like time to figure out where the fuck they need to go. But eventually it starts happening. And that's good. I'm going to eventually call M60 off of hill. Now, why can't this I7 play here? He's too pickable, right? At this point, we almost certainly know they're north. He's too pickable from here. And that's why I'm here, too, to trade in case they super do push. Our chief gets lit. Okay. Little strange. We know there's probably something here, but he gets lit from A2. I want to make my presence known here. Why? Because I don't want them to think that they can just free push this IS-7. Because right now, even with me here, they could do it. But me being here, it kind of deters them a little bit, right? I'm lit. I like being lit there. Because now they're probably thinking, oh, it's hard to push that guy. Okay? What do we do now? The next progression is to continue taking it wide. And if there was anything up here, the 113 and ST2 just have to kill it. If not, the 113 needs to come low, and ST2 needs to stay high this whole game. Troll actually makes a little bit of a misplay later, which we'll go over. It doesn't end up costing us, but you always need to stay high here because one tank in A8, A9 completely fucks their A-line repush. Okay? Guys coming off the hill, I'm not sure why. M60 comes off the hill. Leo stays on hill until late game. Not sure why guys doing that. Miscommunication, it's fine. Chieftain sees a Phoenix. Fine, that's fine. We're not getting overzealous with our IS-7 yet. We're only going to push him up to here when it's safe to do so, which means we need to establish, at this point, we need to establish the 113, establish the Leo because he came off hill, and establish the M60, Saloga, where I am. So you can see him coming in, and now it's purely methodical. We know they are trapped, right? Now try to think, what is our next play? And it might not be obvious, but it involves me. That's the hint. It involves me. Our next play is to go push me up onto cap because it's completely safe to do so. And to get resets, they have to throw tanks away. And because we're going to be in the perfect positions to bleed us because they've allowed us to rotate through the entire map. They're essentially camping. What never works in World of Tanks? Camps. Unless it's 2016 and you're camping on, what's that fucking map? With the bridge? Mountain Pass. That camp, yeah, you might not be able to break that one. No other camps work. Also, the Proco camp used to be really AIDS. And guys trolling, right? Guys trolling, because at this point, guys like yelling, don't fucking, why are you off a hill? And you wanted to go back, but it's fine. He hadn't played with us. He was playing pretty well the entire night, so at least he doesn't die. That's the misplay. I don't mind Troll being lit, because again, him being lit means they probably know they can't go. He shouldn't be this far up and he shouldn't be bleeding. He actually eventually goes back into a great spot. I think he goes back here. He shouldn't be here right now. He should have just started back there and stayed there. So he gets there eventually. And you can see now, why am I rotating this 113 out? Why isn't he just staying here? Because it doesn't matter. Troll on this offside, as long as he stays healthy, spot stuff so early. If they want to repush him, he just goes high and kites. What are they going to do? Repush through the A line all the way to A0? I don't fucking think so. Like, one tank out here completely fucks them. And plus, if they repush, look how many tanks get shots. This guy, this guy, this guy. This guy, probably not, he's out of render, but definitely the Leo would, right? So our weak side is still Jono. But I want to establish Jono up here, right? Because I'm going to play onto cap right fucking here. You can see, nothing can shoot me. But I want to establish Jono up here so that when they overpeak or try to push him or onto cap, he's there, he can trade, M60 is behind him. You're actually going to see me Where is a better spot for the M60 for angles, right? Because he's here right now. That's not a great angle. We're going to put him on the red line, out of view range, but in render range, because on this red line, they have to over-peak this corner less for him to get shots. So you're going to see me ping it. He's going to rotate there in a second. But that's why we want to bring the 113 at least to over here so that he can trade off of them if they push Jono. So you can see I'm not going on cap yet. I need to establish my 113. Leo's going to go 2. That's fine. I'd still like Leo Hill here probably, but I don't mind him going near the M60. And you can see me pinging that map here now, right? Get that M60 there. And the 113 is going to go into the dip. Get ready to trade, and you're probably going to see Jono move up here soon. Or I don't even, maybe I tell him not even to move up. And now I'm on cap. And, like, seriously, think, what do they do? They can't get a reset from here. They can't come like this and get resets. They get fucked. Spoiler, I think that's what they're going to try to do. Their only play is, like, to come. They can't even come here. There's a rock in the way. They have to, like, come all the way down here or come through like this. In front of all of our guns. Like, and I mean all. I'm not talking like 5 out of the 7. I'm talking all 7 guns will be shooting at them. And, like, what are they, like, they just don't have a play. And this is Senpai, like, they're not awful. I don't know if this is their A, B, C, or fucking T team, but, like, everyone should be able to look at the map now and say, like, yeah, now Troll's in the God spot. Just unpushable. And I think they actually try. I think they may even get him. It just doesn't matter, though. And, by the way, they probably wouldn't have gotten him if he was full HP. So, it's just so hard for them. And if an enemy wants to play like this, and you're in team 2 or 3, this is always how you should set up. It doesn't have to be an E5. The only reason I put myself here is because I'm nice and thin, and I'm not long. I'm not long like a 113. I can tuck in super nicely here. Like, by far, best tank to be playing on cap here is the E5. I paused the replay. I'm a retard. Okay, 60 TP. Sure, you can cross. Troll's going to get a shot into you. More people are going to get it. You're going to bleed down to 1200 immediately. Troll takes an unnecessary shot there by the Phoenix. So now he's playing safe. That's good. Like, Troll hasn't played here much either. Look, Type 71, you want to take more bleed? Yeah, great. What do you... Now, where are they? They don't know. They have no clue where they are. They're just in no man's land. And imagine if Troll was full HP, by the way. And next time he plays this position, I guarantee he will be. What is... Yeah, okay, sure. Come in. Just die. Just blow up. And now, look. We're playing the game. I ping it, but, like, Jono's moving up. He needs to move up to here. This guy can move up to this rock. We know they're not a threat on the C1 corner anymore. Let's take space from them. Good job, KPZ. What are they doing? Well, what they're doing is panicking, right? And you can see 13105 pushes Troll. Not an issue if he's full health. I think he's going to get him, but it's already over. Chieftain's farming the entire time. Phoenix is about to die. IS-7 has moved up. Leo's farming. M60's moving up. Perfect from the M60. Good job, Saloga. Like, all he's doing is trying to get shots. I'm just gonna... Well, I want to confirm kill, but I'm like, I don't want to lock P5 in case that Phoenix gets a shot. 13105 is getting behind us. Just doesn't matter. Just nothing matters. And I think, I'll try to be cheeky, and he gets the reset. But he was going to get onto cap anyway. I got a nice fire. And you can see it's just over. Very, very well played. The only misplay was Troll bleeding a little bit, and Guy coming off hill a little early and then getting lit on the cross and taking one shot. Everything else was nearly perfect. I felt like the rotations were quick. And these 2 last games, this one and the next one, spoilers, it was against Stack. Really well played. I hope we play this well tonight too. Like, I really love these games where we methodically just take apart the enemy. This was not a player skill game. This was we outbrained them as a team. Like, our brains were just bigger. They could have been 10 times the players we were, but if they were in those positions, they lose every time. I love those type of games where we just shit on them mentally. And I'm not glazing myself. This is everyone. This is a team effort. Everyone has to have a brain to be able to do this. So, great game and lots to learn. You can see I'm just blocking my teammates so that just on the off chance somehow a 1315 gets an angle, he won't blow up. But oh, look at this shot, by the way. I just remembered this. Look at this fucking shot. This pre-fire. Whoa! I'm proud of that one. I am proud of that one. Anyway, it was a good game. Let's go on to the last one. Alright, this is an El Haloof game against Stacked, the best clan on the server, right? Now, admittedly, the OP Stacked team is a lot different than, like, Stacked Team 3, which is... I tabbed out there, by the way, that's why I stopped. Anyway, the OP, something like the OP Stacked team's a lot different than Stacked Team 3 or 4, which is who I think we were playing here. But it's still stacked, so we like it. Okay, what happens? We don't see anyone. We get lit. We know an EBR's behind. What's our rotation? We want to... You'll notice the mediums started in A1, but then IS-7 takes it and mediums rotate out. You can see our 113 is already leaving to go retake that A line, right? Because in order for us to eventually get on cap and stop their cap, we need to retake A line. So the one misplay we have in this game is actually... These three guys don't play super together and the mediums get ahead of the 113. It's going to work out. And then these two guys are just holding. Troll doesn't have to... I fucking tabbed out. Jesus fuck. See, this is what happens during games. I'm just an idiot. Anyway. What nice... I love this. I didn't even call this. I think Troll called it. I need this to be happening because that's how you beat teams like Stacked. Prosthetic spaghetti, I guess. Yeah, well, yeah, he is a fucking spaghetti. Like, you're in Stacked, you should know better. What a retard. Anyway, they realized nothing was out here, probably because they didn't get lit, and they realized they could immediately come and just kill this guy instantly, or if not kill him, fuck him up. And they did it without me calling it. They just did it. Like, I love that. Right? Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing the mediums bleed, and I'm looking here saying, you guys need to wait for your 113. Be careful because you're our win condition, because I can't get onto cap if you're not doing that. And these guys make the play. And now, as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, I need to get onto cap as D5. I can kill this guy. We spotted DBV in an AMX. And you can see it's just so good for us. Like, Stacked 2. And the mediums, a little bit of a misplay here. They need to be continuing to go through. One of them needs to come all the way down, like here. It looks like they actually kind of are. Well, no, I don't mind this hold now that these two are lit. Leo's just farming. We kill the AMX. The call is to just come out with these two. They have no one on the offside like G1. They don't know what they're doing. Like, Anna de Armas Enjoyer. This guy, he just plays pubs all day. He has no clue what he's actually doing. Like, these are the same guys who are like the guys who shit on Goons and say like Goons trolls, like Goons clan sucks. Like, you're getting shit on, man. And it's consistent. Like, these guys should never beat us. Again, like, OP hacker team, sure. Those guys are really good players. These guys are fucking hacks. And it's not like we had a good comp and they didn't. Our comp's probably a little better. The DBV kind of sucks. I don't mind them playing outside because they have to, but they stuck their guy on cap way too early. You can't stick the guy on cap until you secured A-line. They never secured A-line. Who knows who's calling for them? They're just all idiots. And look at this. Look at this. I know the EBR is going to come from this way, so... I'm thinking, oh, do I need to help? No. I'm thinking, oh, fuck, maybe he'll come from that. I look. He snaps my cupola. Like, I'm looking the correct way. EBR heat goes through the cupola since fucking when, right? Anyway, so well played this game, except for this little repush. But then they're playing safe, and I like how the 113's going after the STB with them overwatching. Really great plays. The thing to take away from this game is one Stacked sucks dick, except for their best teams. Like, I won't shit talk their best teams because they're actually really good players. But like, whatever the fuck this team is, sucks ass and anyone can beat them. And two, like, make plays without the caller saying shit. I was focused on North, and my tanks made a play which resulted in 2 enemy dead tanks. Right? Because not only did it result in the Kron dying, it resulted in them being able to rotate onto that AMX and then force him down into their E5, who was me, and kill him. Like, it's just awesome when players make those type of plays. Make it more often. Now vocalize it, right? Because maybe it's not what I had in mind and I was doing something else or calling something else and it fucks up the call. Vocalize it, but don't be afraid. Like, it just can win games. Sometimes it might lose a game because, you know, you made the wrong call. You made the wrong, but who cares? At least you're using your brain. So big takeaway from that game. Like, it's not just the caller who can make plays. Like, those two made the play on their own, and it was awesome, and it's great to see. And again, I think I mentioned earlier, I felt last night like the night wasn't great, but looking back at the replays, for the most part, people played really well. Like, it was actually, honestly, Team 1's probably best night of playing. I think we also had the best competition last night. So that's, like, going back and watching the replays, it was really nice to see. So you can see, like, Stack's gonna get 2 kills. Like, good job, guys. Fucking idiots.